Bo Whittington with the Patriot Gardens, and today we are going to talk about some myths and facts about tilapia. There's a crazy post on social media going around right now, kind of telling a few lies and myths about tilapia, and I want to get a few of those cleared up today. The first myth seems to be telling people that the fish is skinless and that it can't be overcooked and it doesn't have any bones. I'd like to go ahead and clarify that this fish obviously does have skin and it does have bones. I mean, it even has a picture of it pulled up on Facebook and depicting it with skin. So I just want to go get that cleared up. The fish obviously have skin, they obviously have bones, and the fact that they say that it can be overcooked is absolutely ridiculous. Anything can be overcooked, especially fish. The reality of it is fish actually cooks extremely fast. Tilapia cooked normally is just like any other white fish you would eat. You cook it grilled, you could cook it fried. All those things are going to get you the exact results that you're going to want. The second myth that I'd like to clear up is the fact that it says that tilapia are not found in the wild, which is absolutely absurd to me, being that they are actually called Nile tilapia, meaning they come from the Nile River. They also occur naturally in Florida. They're a very invasive species down there, but they thrive well and they live there naturally. Basically, the post is claiming that these fish are genetically modified and engineered from, scientists in some lab somewhere, that these fish are created by genes and mutated to whatever scientific spec they seem to want. This is absolutely not true. Tilapia have been around for thousands of years. They're one of the most popular fish. Tilapia is even top 5 in the seafood sold around the entire world. So there's plenty of places to get it safely. I mean, you just got to pay attention to where you get everything from. Anything coming from China you want to try to avoid. Just because it says fish farm doesn't mean that it's going to be bad. It really just depends on the company that's sending it. Do a little bit of research and you could find good, healthy, natural, farm-raised tilapia that you shouldn't be scared of at all. The next myth that it's saying is that due to the fact that tilapia is a vegetarian fish, that all the normal things that they normally eat, such as algae and lake plants, is being replaced by GMO soy and corn. That is true, but you really need to do your research on GMOs before you just totally write all that off. That doesn't mean that it's got poison or toxins in it or anything like that. All it means that it's been genetically altered or modified to suit that plant's needs or that fish's needs. Soy is an extremely popular thing to feed fish. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. If you grow your own tilapia, you can even raise your own food to feed them. Duckweed's really popular. String algae is really popular. You can even buy commercial fish food from almost any feed store you can find that's going to supply their nutritional needs as well. The next myth on the list is saying that eating tilapia is worse than eating bacon or hamburger. This is probably the craziest thing on this list. That's absolutely absurd. Eating tilapia is extremely healthy for you. It's just like eating any other fish, such as walleye, yellow perch, catfish. It's a white fish. It's perfectly healthy to eat, especially if you raise it yourself. Farm raise yourself in aquaculture, aquaponics. Find a locally sourced farm to get it from, or really do your research before buying. Research, companies that raise their own tilapia, and you're going to have a healthy meal, way healthier than hamburger or bacon. Fish is extremely good for you, full of omega fatty acids. I promise you that it's extremely healthy and way healthier than eating any sort of red meat. It has even been proven to be healthy enough to eat even by pregnant women. So as far as that goes, that myth is totally false. Don't be scared to get tilapia from the store just because of some crazy facts you've seen on Facebook. It tastes really good. Wild caught is good if you have the opportunity to catch them wild. Just like I said, just do your research before buying. Do your best to buy local if you can, or if you get into raising your own aquaponics, it's very easy to do. They're the #1 fish for aquaponics. They're super easy to raise, they grow extremely fast, and they're an awesome fish to eat. The next myth that it says is that dioxin found in this fish can cause cancer, and it takes up to 11 years to clear your body of once it's consumed. I like that it uses a fancy word, dioxin. Dioxin is basically mercury, and it has been a proven fact that mercury is found in most fish, farm raised, wild caught. It's going to happen as long as you watch your consumption levels and don't eat a ton of fish every single day. Chances are you're going to be okay. Um, Mercury has been proven to cause carcinogens, but research shows that fish caught in the wild and fish that are raised in the farms have no different dioxin levels, no different mercury levels whatsoever. And just because it's farm raised doesn't mean that it's going to be any worse for you than something wild caught. Chances are it's going to be better for you because they can regulate diseases better, regulate parasites better and sickness. So chances are you're going to get a better quality fish when it's raised in an environment that they can control. They also know what they're feeding them. In the wild, you don't know what it could be eating. Tilapia are known to eat pretty much whatever comes into their environment. So if you order or get fish from a fish farm, those chances are it's going to be way better for you, a lot healthier. You know what you're getting with the fish. And it's just an all-around better option for you because it's easier attainable. You know what you're getting. Tilapia is a lower fat fish than, let's say, a herring or mackerel. So they don't provide as many omega-3 fatty acids as those fish, but they still provide other types of fatty acids and a lot of nutritional needs that other red meats aren't going to provide for you. Tilapia is also extremely low in total and saturated fats and extremely high in protein. Studies even show that smaller fish like tilapia produce a lot less mercury than, let's say, a larger fish as a salmon. Tilapia is also an excellent source of protein and nutrients. It has 26 grams of protein and only 128 calories per serving. It even has an impressive amount of vitamins and minerals. Tilapia is rich in niacin, vitamin B12, phosphorus, selenium, potassium. The list goes on and on. It's an extremely healthy fish to eat, and it's good for a really well-balanced diet. Besides being farmed or fished for human consumption, tilapia have a long history of being used to eat mosquito larvae to prevent West Nile virus and other mosquito-borne diseases. It's also helped use to control algae growth and duckweed growth and invasive species growth in your ponds because they're primarily a vegetarian feeder and they eat very heavily. So they're a good way of keeping populations of bugs and plants down. Tilapia has even found its way into some sushi restaurants as a substitute for snapper because it has a really good mild and sweet flavor. If you plan on getting started in aquaculture or aquaponics, I highly recommend using tilapia. It's an extremely easy fish to raise. It's very hardy in warm climates. It grows really fast, and it's readily available to find. There's a lot of fish farms that'll sell them to you. You can even order them offline. They're an easy fish to feed. You can buy pelleted food from the store or raise your own organic vegetarian food for them so you know exactly what you're giving your fish. Well, there you have it. I hope you guys learned a little bit. I hope next time you go to the store and walk past the tilapia, you don't automatically brush it off. Just do your research. Learn as much as you can about the companies. Learn as much as you can about the fish. And of course, buy local if you can. You're always going to get better product locally. And if you really want to do it yourself. Because then you know exactly what you're going to get. You know exactly what you're feeding your fish. That's the healthiest option and the only way to really know what's in your fish. Thank you, everyone. I hope this informed you.